you're such a bully. Okay. Hi there, everyone. My name is Toluade. Welcome to Manifest Hub, where we help young adults and young adult leaders build and cultivate an engaging community or young adult ministries. And this is also a place where we address issues that young adults face. So today we are going to be talking about 7 things to never do or say to a single or unmarried person. If you've done one of these before, don't do it again, okay? We forgive you, like no hard feelings, nothing, but this is just a cry out for help to help reduce the pressures that people are facing, to get married, even though they do want to get married. And if you're a single or married person over here and, you felt the pressures, some of them I'm going to give you like responses, like graceful responses, how to answer gracefully, okay? But before we get started, I would want to check if you've subscribed to this channel. If you're here and you're just visiting, why don't you join the party? Join our community here at Manifest Hub and just click on the subscribe link below and subscribe. And also take it a step further and join our online community, Manifest Hub, on Instagram, where we do a lot of fun stuff when we're not here on YouTube. So let's get started. So the first thing you should never say ever to a single married person is, this happened to me when I was turning, I was turning 30. So never say, you're turning 30 this year. When are you gonna get married? Or you're turning insert age this year. When are you gonna get married? That's not fair. It's just not right. You're not the author or the finisher of somebody's life. You should not be counting the clock for them. They know they're turning 30, okay? So don't add to the pressure. Let them just enjoy turning 30, okay? Let them just enjoy being alive for another year and getting to celebrate their birthday. So please don't do this. It's just not right. It's not good. And if, this has been said to you, just, and if maybe somebody says to you next time as a single or married person, just say, oh, I will get married for sure in God's time. Right? And just say, oh, thank you. Or just say, just keep praying for me. Okay? Just keep praying for us. Or just keep praying for me. Okay? So that's one way I would say to respond gracefully. Another second thing you should never say to single or married person is related to the first one, which is your mates are getting married, or you should already have children, or your mates already have 2 children by now. What are you doing? Or people will say stuff like, oh, your career would not keep you warm at night. Maybe there are some people that are pushing off getting married and they're chasing their careers. Not to say anything wrong with that either. Everybody just has different priorities. So don't do that. It's not fair. It's not nice. Again, you're just pressuring people unnecessarily, especially if it's something they genuinely want and it's just not happening. You're almost reminding them of what they don't have rather than you celebrating what's going well in their life. The third thing you should never say to somebody that's not married is for sure, hook people up or arrange blind dates for people, but just with good intentions. I don't know, maybe it's people try to do that out of maybe they're concerned for you or something. So you hear things like, so I have this friend who has a niece or nephew or brother or any type of human, this is my own insertion, that's single and wants to get married this year. He or she also, they'll say something like, just insert a measly similarity. Oh, he or she also likes church like you do. Something that's not really isn't really holds water, right? He or she also whatever. And they'll say stuff like, oh, let me hook you up, or you two should hook up. It's great that you want to connect with, it's great that you want to, you maybe, again, it could be genuine, but just come from a place of not oh, I'm feeling sorry for you, you should have been married by now. And a lot of times I find from my own experience, sometimes people just try to hook you up with just anybody and anybody. So when you say no, it makes it seem oh, maybe that's why you're not married. You're so be open-minded. I get that, be open-minded, but at least hook people up with thoughts and pray, especially if you're a Christian. Pray about it and say, hey, Holy Spirit, I'm feeling maybe this person will go together. Be genuine about it. People know when you're genuine, and people just know when you're just trying to get into their business. Okay, so if you're a single or married person and somebody has said that to you, if you genuinely don't want to just oh no, it's okay, I'm good, thank you, or and if you want to and you just want to kind of see what's out there, for sure, like go on the dates and just let them know, no pressure. Okay. The fourth thing you should never say to a single or married person is, and I think a lot of married people do this a lot, so again, no offense to you guys, people that are married, and I don't think it's people do that on purpose, but it just comes off like it's just very cringe worthy. Oh, you're not married, you wouldn't understand. Like, it's, and sometimes it's just things that you don't really need to be married to understand. So if you've said that, like, don't do that. Like, it's not cool. Okay. Fifth thing you should not say to somebody that's single or unmarried, which kind of relates to maybe the third one, is, oh, be open or flexible. As you get older, you can't afford to be picky, especially being that you're a little big or fat or chubby or overweight or something with the person. Like, I've heard of people that would tell me that, oh yeah, people would tell them like you're big, like, how would you get married? As if like God doesn't have different types of children that likes different types of things, or different types of women, or different types of guys, or you're short, or you're, and people just kind of trying to put their own judgments on you, on what they think an ideal spouse looks like. So don't do that. Okay. God has us in variety, and people like different, like some people like their men short, some people like their men tall, some people like their women like thick with like all the bum and like boobs and everything. So like, you're not going to marry them, so don't do that. It's not even right. It's not fair, and you're kind of damaging, trying to damage that person's self-esteem. So yeah, don't do that. The sixth thing you should never say to somebody that is single or unmarried is, and this happens again, to if anyone has done that before, this just used to bother me a lot, and I haven't found scriptural basis for it, so maybe that's probably why it bothers me a lot, which is, if you're single and want to marry this year, raise your hands and come forward so we can pray for you. Well, they don't say exactly like that, but that's what we see a lot. Thankfully, it doesn't. I haven't seen it happen that much anymore, so thank God for that. And I usually find it's usually the ladies that are targeted. Targeted sounds harsh, but like, it's just usually the ladies, and it's like, but like, we hope you want them to marry a guy, so why are you not like talking to the guys, or why are you not telling the guys to come forward? And it just kind of seems like it just brings like shame, as if like it's something that maybe you should have and you don't have, or I don't know, there's just this like demonization or shame that kind of comes along with it. And I used to go out of like, okay, I'll go for it and whatever, out of like, oh, like I'm being expected to. But there was a time where I just stopped going, because it's like, number one, like, out of like, oh yeah, I've been going this whole time, nothing's happened, so thank you, I'm good. But then number two, out of like, you know what, no, like, I haven't seen scriptural basis for this, so I'm not going. But then the backlash to that is like, aunties that have been praying for you in church, that are looking forward to your wedding day, are just kind of like being like, they're looking around for you like, why are you not going out? And when they do that, I just look away, because it's like, it's good, I'm good. So I don't know, I haven't found scriptural basis for that, so I don't know, like, but then again, I stand corrected. People might correct me maybe if you find scriptural basis for it. I just haven't seen a place where, when people marry in the Bible, like they call them forward, like, and then they get married. I haven't seen that. So anyways, whatever. Final thing that I feel like we should never say or do to somebody that's unmarried is, when you're praying for them, there's that element of, oh Lord, by this time next year, that comes in. Again, you don't know timing and seasons. I get sometimes maybe stuff like that comes out of prophetic unction, but I don't know. Again, people might come for me for this, and I guess this one maybe you might say have scriptural basis, because Elijah prayed a lot of by this time next year, but by this time, whatever, when he was praying for the widow. So this one could be okay that way or that way, but I just find, like, from experience, and I've also had people tell me this, is that because this is like a trusted person, like a trusted spiritual leader that prays that, and maybe this is on us too, or like on the human being, we just believe like, oh, then God, it would happen, kind of thing. So you kind of look forward to this time next year, and then this time next year comes and nothing happens and you're just kind of like, what the heck. So again, I don't know, maybe it's both ways, and we just kind of have to be, at the end of the day, we have to be spirit led. So I hope all these ones were really helpful for the single folks or married folks. If you have other ones, and you're single here, or it seems like you've been single for a long time and people have said some like outrageous things to you, please put it in the comment below. And again, if you said one of these things to anyone single before, just know like this is how it makes people feel, and just don't do that. All you can do is continue to pray for people, and when God's timing comes, God knows how to hook his people up. So until next time, thank you for joining me on this episode of Manifest Hub. If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe below. If you haven't seen any of my relationship series video, you need to watch them. There should be one like being tagged on here. I'm still trying to figure out that. I would have like a bunch for you. Like, watch them. They're really cool things to learn, and just share with your friends. So until next time, see you. Thank you for joining.